Oh my god, it's...
You thought you could make it through the rest of this year without getting one more podcast from these two fools, Loco, Hondro, and Forrest, but guess what? You're wrong. Because we here again, suckers. What's up, people of the internet? My name is Hondro, and I am seated here again with my main man, Forrest, a.k.a. Funky Dude 1. Dude, Christmas
stuff, food, New Year's. There's so much.
Deli meat sandwich across the street.
So much going on.
Catch that deli meat.
But yeah, Christmas.
Yeah.
You're correct. That happened.
So Christmas event still going on right now. We are, as of the time of recording, still in the double XP phase of, and then when exactly do we transition to half incubator distance?
I believe the 30th. The 30th through like the 3rd or the 4th or
the
something?
2nd
or the 2nd
or the
I think it's only
15th. It's
2
yeah,
days.
yeah. No, it's because December has 31 days.
Oh, 31. Okay.
Yeah,
30th
so
through
30th,
the
31st, 1st, 2nd. Yeah. That's right. But as of right now, we are still in the double XP phase. Hopefully, you guys got a lot of Stardust in that last phase. And then candy, candy's always good in the first phase.
But we decided to come back because there's some new news and things that happened.
New stickety stuff.
The most exciting things in the entire world.
Yeah, so we've got 3 topics to talk about today. Obviously, you guys can see the first one up. It's the January and February field research. Yikes. How lame is this?
I would say this is whelming.
No, it's super underwhelming. Not even dude, this is so lame. Are you kidding?
I know.
For 2 months, we got to do this? Dude, they're doing okay, if you guys... I'm just going to pull it up in the in-game news because the in-game news just smacks you in the face. So I'm just going to read the thing here verbatim. Welcome to a brand new year with field research breakthrough opportunities that will continue through the end of February. Starting on January 1st, you'll have a chance to encounter 2 new additions to field research breakthroughs, Lugia and Ho-Oh. Oh my god, it's only the 15th time they've been back. If you haven't yet completed your December field research, you still have the opportunity to encounter Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. All 8 of these legendary Pokemon will be available as potential research breakthrough encounters until the end of February. Yikes. So there's probably going to be everybody, 4 weeks in a month, so that means you'll basically have a chance to encounter 1 of each potentially, but there's no way.
Of course.
I mean, just in this month, I've gotten 2 Suicune and a Zapdos, so...
I've had a couple Raikous and I believe an Articuno.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't like... There are other where are the other Pokemon that are still unreleased? Just give us those as a field research breakthrough.
Oh yeah,
you already did.
Smeargle?
You already did it with Shedinja. Why not give us the other ones?
Smeargle hasn't been released.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There's like
I don't know. I'm like
Pearl and Huntail and all that stuff on Gen 3.
Yeah,
they haven't released them. Like, there's a lot of different things they could have done.
Maybe give us our other Gen 4 evolutions. I don't know. Give us something.
Well, that or also
give us something.
Some legacy move Pokemon they had before.
Yeah.
I know they did it with Snorlax with that, and it was like at least doing something interesting would have been nice, especially with PvP here.
Yeah.
Being able to get a couple of possibly good Pokemon for PvP that have legacy moves on them would be good. But instead, they're just going to give us Lugia and Ho-Oh for the 17th time.
Yeah, for time number 42.
Also shiny.
Yeah, shiny potential.
The only thing...
On 5 out of the 8, which is kind of cool.
The only thing I think that would have been better, I guess, is if they would have released, or if they're going to release the shiny dogs.
The shiny beasts, yeah.
Or beasts.
But I think they will... I mean, they could re-release the beasts... And, I mean, they still haven't even given us Groudon and Rayquaza either.
True.
As the shiny. So, I don't know. It seems like there's so much stuff they could be doing. And this makes it seem like there's taking, like, a 2-month holiday break or something. Like they're
Well,
like,
it's almost what it is. It sounds
they're like, well, we
regrouping
don't
or trying
really
to
want
figure
to
out.
do anything for 2 months, so we're gonna coast on the same stuff you guys have had forever. They're not doing new field research either. It said the tasks are going to be recycled. So
It says that too.
yeah, didn't it say that?
I don't know if it did or not.
Yeah, features take on popular field research tasks from past months. That's what I'm like. What?
But again,
So you're
I
not-
hope that they pick better ones because I do know that at one point in time we had like an Absol task where it was like throw one excellent curveball for an Absol.
Yeah.
There was like really good tasks that were mixed in here, but the last time they recycled these tasks for us, it was like, oh, everybody's favorite task of I don't know, evolve or power up a Pokemon, and it was like an Eevee or something, and you're like, why? You
Yeah.
just had 2 days of Eevee Community
We've
Day
had
plus
so many-
everywhere for Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. Like, we don't need Eevee tasks.
So many. I do love this this image that GoHub made here. Smash that Lugia button.
The emergency
Yeah.
Lugia button
Yeah,
when all else fails.
In case of creative what do you call it, like a writer's block, like in case we can't think of anything new, just release Lugia again for the 15,000th time. Whoo, man. Yeah.
So much fun. It's I mean, there's not too much more we could talk about on it. It's gonna be a couple months of a little dreary.
Hopefully they do something else.
Well, and I know that Gen 4 has a lot of legendaries to get through
Yeah.
as far as those go. And in our winter event, we did see an image of the not creation trio, the emotional trio, I guess is what they're called. The
Yeah.
emotion trio. So if they're going to start releasing those, that at least would be tier 5 raid bosses for the next couple months. But honestly, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I really don't.
Hopefully they give us. Hopefully they just haven't announced it and they give us some sort of additional special research, and then the legendary that comes out after Heatran is hopefully interesting to keep people engaged, because as far as this announcement goes, I am not excited for January and February. There's nothing in that announcement that makes me excited. I went out and did Lugia and Ho raids this last time when they were released. I did like 5 raids total over that weekend. Only because I had a couple of friends that still
needed
hadn't done them for, because they don't raid enough. So I don't know. That was the only reason I went out and did any of those raids. So Lugia and Ho don't excite me at all. I've already got like 4 shinies of each, a Hundo Ho that I maxed out forever ago, and then like 2 good Lugias that I'm not, it's just like I'm not excited for either of those Pokemon anymore. Give me something new.
And again, this also kind of, not that it's intentional, but for me it seems like a punishment for all the people who have gone to help their friends. I know for me, for instance, I helped my friend who wasn't around when Lugia and Ho-Oh raids were going on, and I saved up. We waited till we leveled up but did special trades, and it still cost a lot of Stardust when we were Ultra Friends or anything at that point. And for them to now just throw it in a box that somebody can get randomly, it's like,
It's
well, what was
Lugia in
the
a
point?
box.
But what was the point of me?
In a box, yeah.
Oh dear Lord! But it's like, what was the point of me saving that up and waiting forever to trade that to my friend and everything if you're just gonna make it available and he could have gotten it for free even though he missed the raids?
That's why the only reason I trade legendaries is to try to get a lucky version or to get like a better IV. Like otherwise, I don't trade legendaries because there's not really any reason to.
Well, it's killed my desire to do that. Like I honestly,
because they're
at
just
this
gonna
point,
they're just gonna keep re-releasing them.
Yeah,
especially if the shiny form isn't out. Like there's no point. You're just gonna get
Groudon's gonna come back.
Yeah, you're gonna get another 15 chances to do all of them. It's kind of pointless.
Instead of them actually being more limited time and actually kind of reserving them for specific events, it'd be nice. But I don't know.
Unfortunately, that part of the announcement doesn't excite me at all. But I mean, they still could surprise us and release special. They could do special research. They could do events on top of obviously the the month-long thing isn't. They don't really make those the event. They do events inside of the months. So there could still be additional winter or starting into spring type of event. So hopefully there'll be something interesting. Of course, in February they'll probably do a Valentine's event again. It'd be cool if they did like a New Year event, and did something to, New Year, here's more Gen 4, something like that. Like, give us something to keep us engaged, because the research is not going to do it. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, and as you said, there's still several gaps they need to fill in as far as with some of the older Pokemon, but also, I mean, hell, we've been talking about this with the new Pokemon they just released in this winter event. There's been a couple of days that we got lucky with some cloudy weather here to find Crogunks and Scorupies.
Yeah.
However,
and Bronzor.
I've only seen one Bronzor.
Yeah.
And I have not seen a single Finneon the entire time.
Honestly forgot that was even released because no one had I hadn't seen any pictures or anything about that Pokemon.
And on top of that, when they're releasing and praising all of these new babies that are in the eggs or whatever, the rates of these babies are
abysmal. The only one that's really even plausible to hatch is Munchlax, which has about a 2% chance. And then Chingling is like what? It was like 0.2 or 0.02% chance or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it
was like 0.21, and then what's the Mantine baby? It's like Mantike or something.
Yeah,
that's 0.49. So it's less than 0.5%. Chingling is less than 0.25%, and then Munchlax is just over 2%.
Yeah, so here it is. It's a Munchlax has a 2.06% chance. That's 1 in every 48 eggs that you hatch for 7K's chance.
Yep.
Chingling is a 0.21% chance. That's a 1 out of every 468 7K eggs. And Mantike is a 0.49, which is 1 out of every 206 eggs. And every single other Pokemon that's out there is a 97.2% chance. That's 1 out of every 1.03 eggs.
Yep.
Like, the odds of getting the new Pokemon are abysmal. And the fact that this was just brought up again, I totally forgot about this. There's still more babies that they have to release.
Yeah.
They have to release Baby Sudowoodo.
Yep.
Baby Mr. Mime. Baby Chansey.
Mime Jr. Yeah.
There's a whole nother batch of baby Pokemon that they're going to be releasing,
and that will probably be the Easter egg extravaganza. I bet you they will wait. I bet you they will wait that long.
Yep.
Oh, they might do Chansey baby during Valentine's.
During the Valentine's.
But I bet you they will wait all the way to Easter to do Sudowoodo and to do another 7K egg event. They might. I don't know.
And it wouldn't surprise me if at that point they do like all 7K eggs are guaranteed to have Gen 4 Pokemon now, or all 2Ks or whatever it is.
Didn't they add Riolu to 7Ks?
They did right now as well.
And I haven't seen anybody post a Riolu.
I've seen a couple people who posted some, but it's still very rare as well. Like, don't say
there's so many things in 7Ks right now.
But also, don't say that you're going to increase the chances of something and then make it a 0.2% chance. Yeah. Like, that's not increasing the chances.
Like, I know one person personally, Linda in our Scottsdale group hatched one. And then I saw that Trainer Tips hatched one. So Nick hatched one. And then, like, you saw, like,
I saw one
other person on Twitter or something that had hatched one. So it's like, that's insane. And I haven't seen. You said you've seen like. Oh, you hatched a Mantike, right?
I hatched a Mantike.
Okay. And how many Munchlax do you have?
I have 2, but I traded for one initially just to get rid of that bad juju because I knew as soon as I traded for one, I would get one. I just hatched another one today.
Yeah, and I've hatched 3, including the one I hatched earlier today. Which, I got super lucky. I actually hatched a 98 Munchlax, so it's 15 attack, 15 defense, and 14 HP. If I choose to evolve it to Snorlax, it'll actually be my best Snorlax, which is ridiculous, seeing as how long the game's been out. But my best Snorlax up until now is a 91, so.
I just think with the egg groups, they need to shake it up. I know right now 5K eggs are just jam packed full of Pokemon. It's almost ridiculous.
5K and 7K both.
Well, and for the fact that 90% of the time, I know for me, I've always had like Barboach all the time in 5K.
Don't they hatch out of 2s? I thought they hatch out of
is that
2s.
2Ks?
I think they hatch out of 2s. Pretty sure Barboach is in 2K.
Is it 2s? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I know for 7Ks, it's been Wynots. Like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
All I hatch are Wynots.
I get a lot of Wynot, a lot of Togepi. I still get a lot of Alolan Sandshrew.
Like, I almost wish at this point that they made a new
A lot of
group.
Clefas.
That they
and
made a new A
Igglybuffs.
group and maybe different ways of getting them to where it'd be like add 4K eggs or add 6K eggs or something. Like, start doing different levels and splitting up the A group and then maybe give us a way to trade eggs between people or something. Like, I think would be
if you could get rid of eggs or do something, like, even if you could just delete eggs, that would be an improvement. Like, if you don't want to get any 2K eggs and you can just get rid of them, I think that would be an improvement just in and of itself.
But they know, they're not going to do that because they want.
Well, they want you to they're forcing you to hatch the eggs in order to get more. Yeah, it's gamified. It's a money thing. I mean, if you boil it down, that's really what it is. So.
Well, and that's why I was thinking of some sort of system where you can either trade in the eggs to other people. Like, say somebody needs stuff that's still out of a 2K egg or 10K eggs, but you have everything. Like, trade it. Say, you can have my 10K egg, give me a 7K or whatever, or 6K if they do a new egg group. Like, finding a balance between it would be really helpful. But I think they either need to start phasing out some Pokemon from
just
the
get rid of the Alolan Pokemon. Just take them out. Just take them out of the run.
Well, they just need to phase out a lot of it.
Just take them out. Like,
start streamlining some of these egg groups because the more generations that come out, the more you're going to have in it, and it's not going to be any fun. Yeah. So make them special. Go back, take some Gen 1s and Gen 2s out of eggs right now.
Yeah, if you want to bring them back when you do a Kanto. Bring them back when you do a Kanto event or something like that. Take all the Kanto Pokemon out of eggs. Take everything that's not relevant to what's going on in the game at the moment out of eggs.
Or balance it accordingly. Like, say you have a lot right now of Pokemon that nest that are Gen 3, then make Gen 3 Pokemon the ones that nest more often and Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon the ones that hatch it from eggs or vice versa. Like, do some sort of balance.
There's all sorts of things that could be done and probably should be done in order to keep the community engaged because I don't know, PvP came out and I still really I'm having fun with it because as far as this game goes, like, I'm a numbers guy, I'm a meta guy, like, I love diving in and figuring out what the best moves are. These Meltans are being punks. But I love diving in and figuring out, like, what the best movesets are. So PvP for me is really interesting, but there's a lot of people that are like, it's 3v3, there's not really any challenge. Like, the trainer, the actual training system for, like, the Ace Trainer badge is a joke, more or less.
Well, I get it.
And really the only reason people are doing it are to get more Sinnoh Stones.
And and that's exactly what I feel like. It feels like there's no really point or progression to it. Like, there's not an online leaderboard.
I wish you could get XP. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand why you do not get any XP from PvP.
I think if there was a better way to earn XP or I don't know, or just to have some sort of goal where you're, like, getting badges besides the one badge that you're getting for winning battles, maybe having it like
just total battles,
like a story mode or something where you have to do this many battles
that'd be cool.
like add a story into this game.
Yeah, they could make essentially a solo thing, like, where I think we've talked about something like this where they could say, at a gym nearby, Brock wants to battle, and it shows up like a raid. So you go over and you can battle Brock, and you can get a badge that way by battling, like, Misty's over at this gym, or Sabrina, the psychic trainer from Kanto, is at this gym, or whoever, then you can battle the Elite Four. There's all sorts of cool stuff that they could do.
And tie it into, like, maybe a special quest.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Why not do it to where it's like, oh, Pokemon Master is your quest, your current ongoing quest where you have to keep progressing to complete this Pokemon Master.
I love this idea even more.
And then as soon as everything's said and done, as far as when they get to Gen 8 or whatever they're doing, and you have all the Pokemon, if you have a full dex and you have all the badges from all the trainers or something, then you're actually getting a complete, I don't know, whatever it happens to be. They give you some sort of bonus item or badge or something that shows I'm a Pokemon Master. I have all the Pokemon, I beat all the gym leaders, all the Elite Fours. Like, do something cool that gives us a purpose.
I would race to Pokemon Master. That would be awesome.
Exactly. It'd be
a job. Niantic, Forrest and I are available to hire for these ideas, so feel free to bring us on as consultants.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
I don't know anything about programming, but I do know social media, and Forrest and I just have really good ideas. So Forrest is a really good videographer and editor. I also obviously do videos and editing. So
just to put this out here, this is on podcast recorded, and it is here copyrighted digitally before that idea came out.
Yeah.
So
this
if it comes out exactly like that, I'm going to be asking for some copies about when your idea was created and how exactly you came up with it.
Yeah. This idea was forged from the brains of Loco Hondro and Forrest, aka Funky Dude 1. So hashtag TM, hashtag copyright.
Hashtag sponsor us.
Hashtag pay us money.
Sponsor us to travel the world and do this, because I think podcasts on the go would be awesome. Let's go travel the world.
Oh! This is a good Meltan, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a good one?
It's got 2 max stats. Hang on. Sidebar.
Oh, crap. We're getting into it now.
Sidebar.
No, there's a lot they can do, though, to this game that would, I think, continue that drive. Like, and if there were, for each level of that Pokemon Master quest, you had to do a certain amount of battles with people and this many unique trainers. Like, maybe it's battle with this many unique people.
524, 82.
Oh, moment of truth.
2200. What? It was HP. HP defense exceeds. What the heck? Meltan, 524, 82.
We'll see.
Why?
No, nothing.
That's not. I don't know. We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. But no, definitely think about it this way too. As far as the PvP battles, say for your Pokemon Master, each level requires you to battle a certain amount of random trainers. To where over the course of your journey, you have to, for the first level, 100 random trainers at some point. So you have to keep battling with people in order to get closer to being a Pokemon Master.
I am super with this idea. I think there's tons of potential for PvP. I love the PvP system. Actually making it 3v3 with the like I've talked about this on several of our videos already, but making it 3v3, adding in those second charge moves, and then reworking the entire super effective neutral and resistance stats and how all that works. It's really a master stroke. I think they really did a good job.
Well, and they left it open to still change with everything, because as we know, Pokemon have abilities, which is something that they can add later, which would affect everything. Pokemon have hold items and mega evolutions and things that you could start providing your Pokemon with that could change the way the game is played. So there's definitely a lot of directions they can go going forward, and expanding PvP to keep that interest, but it's a matter of how they do it and if they do it in the right way, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. This thing is not coming up for some reason. I don't know. I'll have to appraise it later.
Yeah, no, there's definitely.
Sorry, I'm sidebarring because I caught a Meltan. If you guys are just listening to this and wondering like what the heck is going on, I caught a Meltan. And I'm trying to put its stats into Poke Assistant, and it's not coming up. So I'm gonna have to appraise it later because it's got 2 max stats, and it's top tier. So it has a potential to be up to a 98, but it's not cooperating. So I'll have to come back and check it later.
No, but definitely I think PvP has room to grow if they expand it the right way. If they start doing everything, they can still keep that desire for people to play. But I think doing things like this that seem kind of lackluster and a little lazy
Yeah.
are destroying that desire to keep moving on.
Well,
I know for
I
the
think
next 2 months, my focus isn't going to be on the stamps
No.
and stuff. I'm not going to worry about tasks.
Well, and the fact that you don't get a Sinnoh Stone anymore, that in and of itself was frustrating. You can get a Sinnoh Stone still. I haven't gotten one since they stopped the guarantee. I haven't gotten one. So I don't know. Some people still have. Why is the only way you can get Sinnoh Stones PvP in the first place? That doesn't, because that drives me nuts, because I don't get Sinnoh Stones from PvP either. I've gotten 5 Sinnoh Stones total.
Well, it's because they're doing it to
since the onset.
They're doing it to space it out, because we went over this. Remember, there's like 20.
But like my friend has gotten like Mackenzie's gotten like, she gets like 2 or 3 a day.
Does she?
Yeah. And I was like, what the heck is this?
Oh
like, she just keeps getting them. Like, and I'm like, come on. She's like, oh, I got another stone. I'm like, take that stone and shove it.
No, I agree. It's been a little frustrating trying to get, especially for people who are going for that complete decks and everything. It's frustrating to have to sit and wait, and then determine as well if you're going to wait for the right one to come up.
Yeah.
Because if there's an event that comes around, like swine up right now. Like if you didn't have a good swine up,
Mammo swine comes out and then you have no stone.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait to see, or Sneasel. Sneasel's a perfect example. You can get Weavile right now. Do you evolve one that you have, or do you wait until this event's over to get a better Sneasel and then evolve it? Or like, it also delays it even further, because you're like, yeah, I may get it, but now I have all these other things to think about, because I may not get a stone for another. Yeah, but it's like, I may not get a stone for another 2 weeks. So like, do I evolve one now and hope I get another one so I can evolve another one soon, or do I wait to find the best one and then evolve going down? It's like, there's a lot to think about when it's so rare, and I think they should increase or figure out the good balance between Sinnoh Stones and other items.
There's a lot they could do. Hopefully there's more that comes in January and February. Hopefully they surprise us. My fingers are crossed. Like I said, Niantic, we're available for hire. Hit us up. I want to talk about something a little bit more fun. I want to talk about Attack Forme Deoxys. At the time of recording this was the first day that Attack Forme Deoxys is out. I went and battled 2 of them. I got the recordings. I just haven't been able to make a video because I've been working a lot. I actually had to take a extended lunch break today so I could go and actually battle the first Deoxys. But Deoxys Attack Form is out. It is very easy to solo. It's literally just as easy as, like, it's easier than a lot of tier 3 bosses, honestly. It's so easy. You can see here some of the best counters listed on GoHub's pages here. The interesting part, like, this is what you want to know. So basically, it has the same weaknesses as any psychic type. It's weak to Dark, Ghost, and Bug. It's not double weak to any of those, so none of those have like a distinct advantage over the others. But it's 1 point, or it's what, 1.6? 1.6 now is single week, right?
Single week 1.3?
No. No, they upped it. It's 1.6 times week to Dark, Ghost, and Bug. And then the hundos for non-weather boosted is your 1474. For your weather boosted is 1842. I actually tuned into Dead Guy's stream right after he had finished battling Deoxys and caught it. So I didn't get to see it, but he's so lucky, man. He caught a 100 IV weather boosted Deoxys with a pineapple berry on the first throw.
The odds of that.
First Deoxys, weather boosted. It's a hundo. He soloed it, and he insane luck. So Dead Guy, if you ever listen to this, congratulations, my friend. That's freaking awesome. I'm glad I got to see the tail end of that stream and interact with you and some of the other folks that were watching. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, for me, I soloed 2 of these guys today. I did it with my Bite Crunch T-Tars only. I got a squad of 6 that are all maxed out. And that's what I used.
How many did you go through?
Okay, so the first one had, I don't know what its quick attack was because it's hard to judge, but the first one had Psycho Boost as its charge attack, and then so I'll pull up its attacks here. So the first one had Psycho Boost. The second one had Dark Pulse. The first one I went through three T-Tars fainted, and the fourth one had half health. And I beat that with like 112, 113 seconds. Second time it had Dark Pulse. And I went through, I think, 4 T-Tars. And then the fifth one was somewhere in the middle of health.
Okay.
But I beat that one even faster.
Okay.
So I beat that one with 117 seconds. And I think it was because Dark Pulse hits harder. Because T-Tar resists psychic attacks. So Psycho Boost, like T-Tar's just giggling because it's not doing anything to it. Whereas Dark Pulse, it's taking a harder hit, but it's also giving me more charge for my charged attack. So that's where I got like an extra 5 seconds out of that was from the extra charge. But yeah, soloed both, ridiculously easy. I wasn't even, during both battles, I wasn't even looking. I wasn't paying attention until it got like right to the end because I wanted to see the time. But I was literally just standing there chatting with all the other people at the raid because like Jack and Diane and Eric were at the first raid, and then mostly new people at the second raid. But it was so easy. I wasn't even paying attention. Like I wasn't sweating it at all. And I don't know if anybody else in the groups were soloing it. I think I was the only person. I might have been the only person there that walked up to do it. But I knew specifically, like, I had to do it. It was something I had to try. And yeah, if you guys this was my team. So it's all my Bite Crunch Tyrannotars. So there's 3 Hundos, a 96, and 2 93s, and they're all maxed out. And like I said, I didn't go past my 5th Tyranitar.
Okay.
On either raid. The first raid I went through 4. The other oh yeah, so I was right, 1.6. 1.6. It's right here. But yeah, the best counters if you want to look at DPS, it's technically Gengar, but I would never use Gengar against Deoxys because Deoxys has, if you guys don't know, it's got the highest attack stat in the game. 100 IV Deoxys has 414 attack. So and Gengar is weak to psychic attacks. So even if it just has Zen Headbutt, it's going to be wrecking your Gengar. And then any of its charge moves are going to one-shot it. So Gengar is technically high DPS, but you're just better off using Tyranitar. It's the same thing with Mewtwo, honestly, because if it has Dark Pulse, Mewtwo's gonna get wrecked. Mewtwo's gonna get absolutely wrecked by the first Dark Pulse that hits it, and it's not very good. Like Mewtwo's defenses are okay, but they're nothing compared to T-Tar. So like if you look at these rankings, highest potential attack is Gengar, but that's neither here nor there. Then you've got Weavile with Double Dark.
That surprises me.
That one is, I mean, Weavile we know is actually a slightly higher DPS attacker for Dark than T-Tar is, just based on like how much DPS output it is with Foul Play specifically. But again, because, well, no, is Weavile weak to? I mean, no one.
It's Dark Ice.
It's Dark Ice. So is it weak to? I'm just gonna put it in. Weavile. Is it weak to any of his attacks? So it actually resists Dark and Psychic.
Weavile's pretty good.
So
then.
Weavile, so it double resists Psychic and single resists Dark. So that actually makes it better, because if you look at Tyranitar, which is what I used,
But good luck at finding enough Sinnoh
Yeah,
stones to
yeah,
get
exactly.
enough
Good luck.
Weaviles.
Good luck having 6 maxed out Weaviles. So resist. Oh, it okay. So it also double resists psychic. So it's about the same, but you're getting more. It double resists the moves that are important. But you're still getting higher potential DPS out of Weavile. But that's good to know actually.
Yeah,
I didn't know they both. I didn't know they both double resisted psychic. That's interesting. But yeah, and then Mewtwo is good. But like I said, if it has Dark Pulse, it's gonna get wrecked. Bayonet has the same problem as Gengar, and then Absol. Absol, I wouldn't use Absol.
Yeah.
Although it's still showing like just slightly higher stats than Bite Crunch T-Tar, which is interesting too. Even Haunter is higher damage than Bite Crunch T-Tar. But like I said, you're not gonna have any issue with this thing. I had Bite Crunch T-Tars and literally had over 110 seconds in both raids. So there's literally almost no challenge. I guarantee you could beat this thing with you could probably solo this thing with just weather boosted T-Tars that aren't even powered up. Or maybe even just raid T-Tars in general that aren't powered up. Like you might, if they've got Bite Crunch, you might be able to just do it with that, honestly. Or if you mix in a Shadow Ball Mewtwo or something in there, I guarantee you, almost any trainer that's been playing, probably any trainer above level 30 could probably solo a Deoxys.
Well, and then now's the time at that point to start raiding a lot, getting your EX passes here, because if you can solo these, it doesn't matter if you have enough people to show up to the raid.
This is perfect.
It's the perfect time for you to actually get some more Deoxys, especially if later on down the road they allow you to change the form of Deoxys somehow, like they can in the game.
With an item or something?
Yes, because now if you could stock up and have a whole bunch of Deoxys and then later on change some of their forms possibly, now's your chance to load up on them.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
You know.
But yeah, guys, like I said, super easy to solo this thing. I encourage you guys to try it because it's surprisingly easy. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen for attack forms specifically, but because of those PvP changes in particular, with where now anything that's super effective does even more damage than it did before, it's just so easy to do this sort of thing. So I highly encourage you guys to go out and try to solo these raids. Apparently even T-Tar now is soloable as long as you've got Machamps that are maxed out, because T-Tar's double weak to Machamps.
Yeah.
So even T-Tar now is soloable. And I've heard of people, I haven't looked it up, but I've heard of people soloing Heatran as well because of its double ground weakness.
I've heard of that too. I've heard if you have maxed out Groudons, you can solo Heatran.
I'm tempted to solo a Heatran here shortly just to see how far I can get, because I duoed it the other day, of 4 or 5 days ago. And I have one maxed out Groudon, one maxed out Rhyperior, and then the rest of my team is, I can just pull them up here. The rest of my team is 3 weather boosted Groudons, and then 1 maxed out Rhydon. So that's the team I use to duo this guy.
Okay.
So only 2 of those well, I guess 3 of them are above 3,000, and then the 3 other, but these are all, the important thing is they all have double ground moves, because Heatran's double weak to ground. So they all have double ground. They're all Mud Shot and Earthquake. But yeah, duoed with, I don't remember the time. I'd have to look it up. But he's super easy as well. I'm tempted to try to solo him next, actually. I'll probably try to do it on Sunday on my day off. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I highly encourage you to go out there and try to solo this guy on your next EX raid. If you're worried that you might not do it, invite a friend that can back you up, because I can almost guarantee you you're not going to need it. You're not going to need any more than 2. Even if you're level 20 trainers, you shouldn't need more than 2 people. So I highly encourage you guys to try to solo the next EX raid that you get, as long as you're comfortable with doing it. Obviously, don't do anything you're not comfortable with, but I highly encourage it. All right. with the talking about attacks and that kind of thing, I kind of want to transition into this article that I just saw today. So if you guys haven't been following PvP stats and moves and stuff like that, they've been updated apparently today. So I was unaware of this until literally we were prepping to record, and I went on to GoHub and I saw this article and I was like, holy cow, like they changed the power. We talked about this for like 20 minutes before we started recording.
No, it's interesting
because I was fascinated by it. So I've been like I kind of mentioned, I've been diving into the numbers on PvP to try to figure out best move sets, best Pokemon. Basically, what it comes down to is picking the Pokemon is almost secondary because the move set actually will kind of make the Pokemon better. Like Pokemon that you'd think are garbage or really don't have that great of stats, because of how super effective moves work and how not effective moves work, because of the way they tweak that in PvP and the shielding system and all that, how that's in place, the Pokemon almost doesn't matter as much as what that Pokemon can learn for moves. And that's super interesting to me because that's opened my eyes to use, especially in the lower leagues, to use some outside of the box, like Pokemon that you wouldn't think to battle with.
Well, one of my favorites, for example, the one that I use right now in a lot of my teams is actually a Zangoose I have. Has Shadow Claw and what's the fighting type? It has a fighting type move too, but
Brick
it's
Break?
Maybe Brick Break or something to that point. But it does have...
You said Zangoose?
My Zangoose, yeah. But it's one of those interesting ones because it's a normal type Pokemon. It doesn't have
close
stab.
combat.
That's what it is, close combat. And so it doesn't have stab at all with any of those moves, but because Shadow Claw builds up that close combat so quickly, and then close combat, you can just keep pumping him out. Like, by the time I've done 4 charge attacks, maybe 5 on one Pokemon, and you're making your opponent use all of their shields, there's different strategy that comes to it. And that goes along with this. It's like, pick the best moves, because the Pokemon that can learn it could be anything.
So this chart is super interesting. So and the best, I will link this article in the description, because if you guys haven't looked this over and you are at all interested in Pokemon Go PvP, you absolutely need to dive into this. It basically, what I look at here, the duration. So the durations here, that is the amount of turns. If you guys are unfamiliar with how the PvP system works, I'll give you a quick breakdown. So everything in this system is based on quote-unquote turns for quick attacks. So the quick attacks are based on turns. However, you're not physically taking turns between you and your opponent. Your turns are happening simultaneously. But a one-turn attack, so right here, I'll highlight Bite. Bite is a one-turn attack. That means the Bite attack animation lasts half a second. So anything that is a 1 turn is half a second, 2 turns is 1 second, 3 turns, second and a half, 4 turns is 2 seconds. Those are the only options. So the turn, it will last 1 to 4 turns, which is half a second to 2 seconds, and that's the duration of the move. Then you're looking at the really important stuff. Honestly, the power and energy of the attack really mean nothing. What's important to me is damage per turn, but even more important than that, as far as PvP goes, is energy per turn. So energy per turn is the amount of energy that you're getting towards your charged move, because if you haven't realized it at this point, PvP is really about it's about super effective attacks, whether they're quick or charged. It's about being super effective against your opponent and getting as many charge moves off as quickly as possible, because you only have 2 shields. So the more quick attack, the more charge attacks you can get off, and the faster you can get rid of your opponent's shields, you're almost guaranteed to win. Especially if if they know they're up against a Pokemon where it's almost guaranteed that the move is going to be super effective, depending on what that charge move is, you're going to get your opponent to trigger their shields. But what we were looking at earlier, because you can play with these values, so you can look at, oh, actually there is one attack that's, what, 2.5 volt switch? It's a 2.5 second attack.
His mind is blown.
Oh
right
my
now.
god. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, because before that wasn't even a possibility. It was half a second to 2 seconds. So they changed a lot of these values. So the values have changed for both quick attacks and charge moves. So that's what I'm saying. Dive into this chart, because there's a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, the top tier charge moves are all these half second attacks, and the best ones of the bunch are the ones that give you the most energy per turn. So you're looking at Fury Cutter is a top tier attack as a quick attack, regardless of what Pokemon learns it. If you can have Fury Cutter, it doesn't even matter if that's super effective, because you're getting 4 energy every half a second towards your charge move. So any Pokemon that learns Fury Cutter, I would automatically equip Fury Cutter on it, almost automatically.
And the other way to look at this chart, the thing that would also be a way to break this down, is for any of these moves, regardless of duration, if you're looking through it, your best bet is going to find something that strikes a balance to be almost even between damage per second and energy per second.
Yeah, the closer you can get, the higher the energy, but also if something's balanced. So, like, if you look at some of the 1 second duration attacks, Counter is still a top tier move. It does 4 damage every second.
It's a 2 second one, but Lick.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. It's 1 second. Yeah, the one duration is half a second. So Counter is delivering 4 damage every second and 3.5 energy, whereas a lot of these, like Bite, for example, Bite is almost, it's very close. So it's 4. You're getting the same, because you're spamming Bite twice as fast as Counter. So the damage is actually the same, because the power is how much damage you're outputting. Mm-hmm. So the power is actually the same. Damage per turn, that's why they're both. That's why it's 4 each, because 1 turn, and then your energy per turn. So you're actually getting 0.5 more energy per turn out of Bite, or out of the duration. So it gets kind of confusing. Yeah. There's some math involved, but suffice it to say, Bite is ever so slightly better than Counter now, because of the amount of energy that you get per bite. So you're getting 2 every time you use it. So definitely a good investment there.
And definitely pay attention, because there are some moves in here that are balanced way more in favor of one versus the other. I'm seeing one down here specifically. It's showing Mud Shot here at a 1.5 damage per turn, and energy.
But energy is ridiculous. Mud Shot, I'm telling you right now, is a beast move.
Oh, absolutely. It's great as far as the amount of energy and the amount of charge moves you'll be able to get off, but your quick attack isn't doing much in terms of damage
unless it's super effective.
Unless it's super effective.
Yeah.
So finding that correct balance of, like, maybe looking for a move that is a 3/3, where at least you're getting some damage as well, and you're charging your move if you're able to resist something.
It also depends highly on what the Pokemon's charged attacks are. So, like, for example, I actually have I'll pull it up here. So I have a Great League team that I built. Hypno needs to go, but because he's got slow moves. But Poliwrath. My Poliwrath has Bubble and Ice Punch, and my Sandslash has Mud Shot and Bulldoze. So if you look at Poliwrath, so Bubble, let's see, where's Bubble? Should be...
Bubble's got to be down a little bit.
Should be right here.
Bubble.
So if you look at Bubble takes 1.5 seconds as a move, but every turn. So actually, if you look at this, they're counting. That's not per attack. You're getting 3.7. So every half second, every turn. So you're actually getting that times 3 every time you use that attack.
Okay.
So that's I believe, if I'm thinking of this correctly, you're getting 3.67 times 3 every time you use Bubble. So you're actually getting over 10. You're getting what?
Every
10,
second and a half.
10.33 energy. So that means if you've got a, let's see, my ice punch attack. Ice punch is 40. So that means every 4 times it takes 40 energy to charge up ice punch. So that means every 4 times I use bubble, I've got ice punch ready. So that means it's a 1.5 seconds. So every 6 seconds,
6 or 7 seconds.
every 6 seconds, I've got another charged attack. That's fast, dude.
Oh yeah, plus the energy that you gain from being attacked.
No,
Do
you
you
don't
not
get
get energy
you
that way?
don't get energy that way in
Okay.
PvP. But the other best part is if you switch out, your Pokemon keeps the energy. And there's still that thing when an enemy Pokemon is switching out, you still get like 1 or 2 free attacks. So if you've got a fast attacking Pokemon, like right now, I'm going to tell you, top tier Pokemon are something that like a Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Latios is a absolute beast. That thing is a beast in any tier. That thing is a beast. Because Dragon Breath is super fast. It charges up. Let's see. Let's look at Dragon Breath right here. Sidebar. So Dragon Breath takes half a second. You are getting three energy every second, or every half a second. So that means 10 unless, well, if 30. There's got to be something different there because it doesn't take 10 seconds to get a. It doesn't take 10 seconds. Oh no, but it's no, because that's half a second.
Yes.
So every 5 seconds, you're getting, well, depending on, let me see. Okay, let's do the math here. Okay, so Dragon Breath is 3 energy every half a second. So then let's look at Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is 35. So what's 35 divided by 6?
Divided by 6?
Yeah. It should be like less than 5 seconds.
5.8.
Okay, 5. It's less than 6. So in just about 6 seconds as well, you're going to get a Dragon Claw with your Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw. That's ludicrous. So it's about, so anything where you can get a charge move in about 6 seconds, that's honestly going to be top tier. So that's really good stuff. So
that's where to focus your.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, guys. Get into this. Like, I could literally sit here and go over Pokemon, what their attacks are. Like, I could do, like, if you guys want to see that, leave a comment because I will pick out Pokemon and I will do this for those Pokemon. Like, we can break this down per Pokemon. That's actually a new series. I'm going to start doing this. So
Because he was started this. He's like, oh, we can just briefly go over this
Yeah.
chart. And I go, you mean like 40 minutes if I let you just go on about this chart? Because he loves this right
dude,
now.
this is my jam. So I'm going to start a new series on my channel where I literally break down Pokemon and what their PvP potential is because this is going to break out a lot of Pokemon that I don't think people realize how good they are.
I know there's a few underlying ones. I know the big shock that I heard actually was Azumarill is really good in like the Ultra Great League.
Okay, we're going to do this right now. We're going to do, okay, Azumarill. Azumarill learns Bubble. Okay, so just like Poliwrath. So Rock Smash is a garbage move. I can show you guys Rock Smash. Rock Smash, Control F, Rock Smash, Rock Blast, Rock Slide, Rock Tomb. Where's Rock Smash? Rock Throw. Okay, Rock Smash. 2.33 energy per turn. It takes 3. It's so slow. It takes a second and a half. 2.33 energy. If it's below 3, it's really not good
for that long of a duration.
Yeah, it's really not good. If it's below 3, you really don't want to use that. Because I mean, if you look at energy per turn. Oh my God! I was like transform.
Transform gives you no energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you know. But Ditto's banned anyway, I think so.
So I mean, anything, well, except for with the exception of Bite and Cut because those are 1-turn moves.
Mm-hmm. Bite,
because they're so fast. Yeah, Scratch and Tackle. But like Volt Switch, oh my God, that's such a bad move.
So Azumarill,
Water gun on Blastoise. Yeah, terrible. Sorry, I'm all Zen headbutt. What a awful move.
So Azumarill has bubble, and then whatever. Let's take a look at the other moves it has.
Yeah. So bubble 3.6 energy per turn, and then it's fast attacks. They've got to be using it with Ice Beam because I think Play Rough takes too long to charge. I guess you could do Hydro Pump either, but Ice Beam and Play Rough because they redid all of the other important thing is they redid all the charge moves also. So now if you look at we're sidebarring all over the place, but this is important stuff.
This will be a great example though for it.
So now based on the energy, all of these moves that are 35 energy are all 3-bar. So they rebalanced it basically. So all of these are 3-bar attacks in regular PvP, in the regular gym and raid system. That wasn't the case before. Some of these, like Frenzy Plant, initially was 35, and there was other moves that weren't 3-bar that were initially 35. And Crunch, interestingly enough, is not in here still. So Crunch is a 3-bar charge move that is not.
Was it Ice Beam it had? I'm just taking a look here at our example that we had just to find out.
So where is Crunch? So Crunch is 45, which is interesting because that is 100% a 3-bar charge move. But Crunch, not a great PvP move. Not great in PvP. But all of the Aqua Tail, Body Slam, Bone Club, Brick Break, Cross Chop, all of these are 3-bar attacks in Pokemon Go currently. So that except for these weather ball moves that aren't in the game right now, and Rest obviously isn't in the game either. But interesting that Rest does damage. What?
Right.
Rest does damage? I'm confused. But yeah, all of those are 3-bar charge moves. Leaf Blade. Freaking Sceptile with Leaf Blade. Beast. All right. Sorry. Okay, we're going to go back to Azumarill. But yeah, so the 3-bar charge moves are 35s. Most of the 2 bars are the in-betweens. And then your single bar charge moves probably start around, looks like Thunder. Water Pulse is 2-bar, Flash Cannon, Future Sight, Hurricane. Most of them are about 60 or higher that are single bar moves. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's use this as an example. Go back.
Struggle.
I know. Go back to Azumarill.
Okay.
What we're looking for.
Azumarill. Play Rough and Ice Beam. So we know Bubble is the optimized move as far as fast moves. Let's look at the charge moves. So Play Rough, Ice Beam, and a Hydro Pump. So let's see here. Charge moves. Let's look for Play Rough. So Play Rough is 60. So that's a little high. The other one
but Bubble was getting us what? 10 energy per.
We'll have to go back. So I know Play Rough is 60. Ice Beam is the other one. Ice Beam is 55. So slightly faster with Ice Beam. And then Hydro Pump is 75. So
Ice Beam most likely.
Ice Beam is probably your best option, followed closely by Play Rough. So 55 for Ice Beam, 60 for Play Rough, and 75 for Hydro Pump. And then let's go back and look at Bubble. Bubble generates 3.67 per turn. So do 55 divided by 3.67.
It's 15.
And then divide that by 3.
4.99.
So 5 seconds and you're going to get Ice Beam.
That's why I'm saying things like that are a shocker because you never think Azumarill would be a competitor, but with that, if you're getting an Ice Beam every 5 seconds, that's your grass coverage, that's water as well, and everything.
Boom!
You get the right players
out
of that
and
field.
Play Roughs is still going to be less than 6 seconds because it's only 5 more energy. So Azumarill, a beast.
There's your examples.
So yeah, so Azumarill, Poliwrath, and Sandslash. I'm just saying, top tier.
I'm gonna allow him on his channel to make a new series where he can go into details on this, because I had to rein him in a few times here.
I appreciate
He could
that.
go on for hours. So.
Yes. But yeah, like I said, link will be in the description for this, you guys. I am definitely going to do this as separate solo videos starting as soon as I can, honestly, because this is going to be some soup. This is the kind of stuff that really interests me.
Break it down by type. I think that's what you should do. Water type attackers. What are your best options for?
Oh, I'm just going to pick a Pokemon.
Oh, fine.
And tell you what they're good against.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Fine.
Don't tell me how to run my shit.
I allowed you to do this series.
That's
on
right.
your channel,
My bad. I should have realized.
Whatever.
I should have realized I've been blessed.
Fine.
But yeah, you guys. So that's what I'm really excited about. January and February can go shove it. Like they're going to be boring unless there's some sort of cool event. Attack from Deoxys, Cakewalk, PvP stats. That's my bread and butter, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So, yes.
The only good news is that January and February, because it's slow, it'll be a good time for us to train at Niantic when they hire us, right? So when they hire us, it'll be perfect.
We'll get in on the ground floor. Guys, March is going to be epic. I'm telling you, Forrest and I, once we get into Niantic, we got 2 months to get all their stuff together, and we're going to hit the ground running. So, yeah.
Tell them how to run this.
I'm super excited. Forrest, thank you again, my friend, for joining me. This is actually really fun.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And with that, you guys, thank you. This one is definitely, unless something crazy happens, this one is almost certainly the very last podcast of 2018. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. If you guys aren't already a subscriber and like Pokemon Go content, consider subscribing to my channel. I do Pokemon Go stuff. Forrest is usually here for a lot of it. Podcast, certainly.
Yeah.
And
almost
then,
on a weekly basis.
Yeah. So, guys, stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Forrest, thank you, my friend. And until next time, guys, I'm Loco Hondro. He's Forrest. And we'll see you guys later. Peace, Poke Trainers.